Aloha, everybody. This is Dr. BethAnne. I'm a psychologist, an intuitive healer, and a whole bunch of other things. And I'm here with a mini energy update for this week. Today is Monday the 16th, and the image that I receive when I ask the angels what represents the energy of this week is like a giant chain links, and one of the chains was being like slowly opened and slowly released. And the wisdom that came through as I saw that image, because it shifted after that, and I saw somebody like sitting on a workbench, reforging the metal and putting it in the fire, and whatever somebody who works with metal would do, a metalsmith, and kind of like sturdying it up to put it back in the chain and make it stronger. So the wisdom that came through right now is that a lot of us might feel like that. We might feel like something in our life has been like opened up, and it's taken a lot of effort to open it. It wasn't something that we could just like snap open and there it was, and for a lot of us, how that's manifested this year is in going through difficulties and hardships that opened up new space in our perspectives, that opened up new space in our relationships, and that opened up new space in how we're structuring our lives and what we're building our lives upon. And for many of us, what happens with old structures is that you go on long enough with the structures that like support your life, and you don't always question them. We don't always stop to ask ourselves, does this still support me? Does this support me in becoming my highest expression of self? Am I being my most authentic self in this relationship, in this job, in this habit that I've adopted, in this social thing that I'm a part of? There's so many things that compose sort of how we make up the structures of our life. And that sense of like the link being like opened up and effortfully opened up means that many of us have had shifts in our structures. They have been kind of opened up where they're not holding and containing us the way they used to, right? Because the chain's now broken. And that has created new space for us to examine what really is serving us and to make conscious choices as we become the craftsmen, who like put the link back together. What do we want to use to build it? What will serve us? That's the gift in having something be deconstructed in your life, or I guess destructed as well, is that we have the opportunity for conscious reconstruction and consciously thinking about like, how do I want to rebuild this? And there's so much power and creative choice in that, which is the beautiful thing and the difficult thing. I think so often as human beings, we want to know, and we want somebody to come along and say, here's a hammer, and if you just use these ingredients, it will reforge your chain and it will be just perfect, and we're not here for other people to do it for us. We're here to develop our own relationship with spirit, and to trust our own intuition, and to trust our own sense of what we need to do to rebuild and reforge that link. We are here to be in collaboration with spirit, and to listen to our soul and listen to our higher self, and to really tap into that connection as our level of expertise. So as we're building new foundations from here on out, they're coming from a place of authenticity, of higher consciousness, of love, of compassion. They are in step and in keeping with who we are and where our life is at now. So I also pulled two cards. One of them is indecision. And it's interesting because a friend of mine who's an astrologer said that on Thursday the 19th, there is a grand sacred cross. And the way that energy might come out for all of us is that we will feel a sense of a crossroads, and that we have to make a choice, and that choice is going to kind of move us into the direction of who we're becoming. So you might find this week that you are faced with a decision or some sort of a choice, or something that you've been unclear on, where you don't know which way to go. All of a sudden you're at a choice point where you have to take a step forward, or maybe clarity comes in and you know which way to go. So we might be dealing with that energy. But then the second card that came out was cornucopia, which is a card about blessing, and it's a card about abundance. So I feel like the good news in all of this is that, like, yes, the energy's been pretty pointy for a lot of people, and there's been some challenges, but it really is moving us towards our greater wealth, right? And our greater wealth is the privilege to become who our souls mean for us to be, our highest expression of self. And the only way that we can learn to embody that energy is to create space and start getting rid of the stuff that's not us so we can become more of our true self. So we're going to feel those chain links opening, but it's also an opportunity for us to be our own master craftsmen and work with spirit on reforging new structures that more fully support us. So thank you so much for joining me in this energy update. I'm at BethAnneKW.com if you want to find out more about me, and I really appreciate your presence here. Have a beautiful week, and I will see you later in the week with, I don't know, probably another video on something. I'm still working out what this channel's about. So for now, I'm just keeping it fun and light. All right, aloha and light.